Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and I am here today with 10 things that I'm planning on making this fall and winter. Can't wait to share all of it's my fall and winter plans basically. With some exceptions, there's going to be some other stuff in there. But before we get into that, today is Friday and we have got a Love Notions Feature Friday pattern, and this is the first time that this pattern has been featured. It is the Frankie Polo. It is $5 today only. It's a dress, it's a top. You can make the collar out of a knit. You can make it like the same fabric. You can make it out of a woven. The body of the shirt needs to be made in a knit. But anyway, it's $5 today only. And my code 10TK Stitchery will get you, is that right? Yeah. It'll get you 10% off that $5 sale price. And I did a tutorial when this pattern was released back in January. I did a full tutorial on how to sew that neckline. And I'll leave a link to that video down below if you're curious and want to take a look at that. So very exciting. Okay, let's talk about my fall, and it's going to kind of roll into my winter. I'm sure there'll be a few more things that I'll want to make for winter, but I went through the Seamwork Design Your Wardrobe course, and I just noticed that they are opening it up for winter. So if you are a club member, a community member of theirs, you have access to it at any time, but if you want to go through it with a group, they've just opened up the signups for winter, and it's free if you are a community member. And I have a 50% off their community 50% off their community code, and it's in the description box. So if that's something you're interested in, it's a really great deal. You get 2 patterns a month. You can choose whatever, you get credits, so you can use them for whatever pattern you want from their catalog. It doesn't have to be just that month's patterns. You get access to a whole bunch, like all their courses are included in that, including the Design Your Wardrobe. But I went through that, and it's been so helpful in me kind of narrowing down my own wardrobe for fall and winter. So as a reminder, these are the colors that I'm working with for my fall and winter wardrobe. The olive green, the cream, and then the blue, the yellow, mustardy kind of color, red, and purple. So Jenny calls it my crayon box color palette, which I love. But I'm trying to bring in some brightness and light into as the months start to get a little bit grayer around here. So this will stay my color palette through winter as well. I'll probably change it up a little when we get to springtime, but this will stay my color palette. And this is the color palette I picked when I was going through Design Your Wardrobe in the fall session. So anyway, that's kind of what I went through. Another thing that I did, so back in beginning of September, maybe end of August, I sent out my fall capsule wardrobe checklist, but it was very vague on purpose. That went out to my newsletter subscribers. So go join the newsletter. That is in the description box below, because I'm going to be sending out on Tuesday's newsletter. I'm going to be sending out my 5 outfit formulas that I've identified for myself, and then a specific list of exactly what patterns are in my fall capsule wardrobe. So if you're interested, I'll have links to all the patterns and all that kind of stuff when there are links. I mean, I have some ready to wear that's in there, but I'll have links to all of that. So if you're curious as to, you already have your own checklist that you can fill out for yourself, but you're curious as to specifically what I'm using, as well as my outfit formulas and how I identified those. Well, I'll talk about that in a second, but what those are and what those look like in my own wardrobe, that will be going into the newsletter on Tuesday. So you want to make sure that you're subscribed so you can have your own copy if you want to have a hard copy to actually look at. But basically, when I was going through Design Your Wardrobe, I went through and I identified 5 outfit formulas that I thought pretty confident that I would use. And I even stretched myself for a couple of them as well. I've said before, I don't often wear skirts and dresses as much in the fall and winter, which is a little ridiculous because in the fall, just with our weather here, I can absolutely go bare-legged for quite far into the fall, just fine. Like I still want to dress fall, but I don't need tights on with my skirts and dresses yet. So I should be leaning into that, I feel like, a little bit more, especially because I still have a little bit of color on my legs from the summer months. And yeah, I just want to bring in a few more fall skirts and dresses into my wardrobe. The problem with it right now is that I just don't have a lot that are like fall and winter appropriate. I have some, but not a ton. So that was one thing that, again, pushing myself outside my comfort zone with my style a little bit. And that was something that I did identify that I wanted to try and work on. So the 5 outfit formulas that I picked, and the way that I came about these were, I had pinned through Design Your Wardrobe, their guidance, a whole bunch of stuff onto a Pinterest board. And then I went through the outfits and I was looking at some commonalities, like I'm seeing, you know, this style of jeans keep popping up, or for instance, olive green cargo pants keep popping up in tons of the outfits I pinned. So I'm like, well, that's obviously something that I need to have in my wardrobe that I need to make. But I went through, pinned a whole bunch, and then went back through and looked at, okay, what do these have in common? What are some common formulas that I could put together? So the formulas themselves are really basic. But for instance, and I'll pop up kind of what the page of the PDF that I'm going to be sending out looks like. But the first one I picked, skirt and a top, which sounds like very like, okay, a skirt and a top. But if you can kind of see, these are the kind of some of the outfits that I penned. And then I went through and said, okay, these are the types of tops that I'm seeing paired with skirts, and the ones that I'm going to want in my wardrobe, like a sleeveless button-up top. I was seeing that in quite a few different of the outfits that I penned. A slouchier sweatshirt that is kind of a statement a little bit. I was seeing that quite a bit. Sweaters, you know, which I've got, you know, cardigans, which I also have, you know, those kind of things. So I identified these are the tops that I would be pulling for these outfit formulas. Here are the 2 skirts that I want to pull, which are basically my A-line suede skirt and then my slip skirt that I made, my Cocoa Bias slip skirt. So that is, and I went very general with these first off, and then the copy that you're going to have, I've gone very specific with the actual patterns of the garments that I'm either making or that are already in my wardrobe. The second one was casual pants and a button-up shirt. Again, very vague. But I identified like a few different washes. I had a whole bunch of barreled leg pants on my list. I don't know if I'm going to get, I have a pair of barreled leg jeans that are a little bit more springy color. So they're not coming into my fall wardrobe. And I don't know if I'll make a pair or not. We'll just wait and see. There's definitely some patterns out there. But I did just buy myself a new pair of jeans that are the low slung baggies from Madewell, because I was also wanting that kind of style. So we'll see. But for the most part, like I said, the olive green cargo pants were making a lot of showing, a light wash pair of jeans and a dark wash pair of jeans, which I have in my wardrobe already. So this was just kind of a way to identify casual. Those are kind of the casual pants. Next was a layer, a top, and pants. And for this one, it could be casual pants, but it could also be a little bit nicer pants. So I've got, we'll talk about in a second, I want some Ponte pants in my wardrobe. I kind of want a fun pair of pants, but that's really comfortable to wear. And then as far as layers, I identified, you know, I've got my knit lady jacket that I actually got off Amazon that I will be bringing into my wardrobe. I've got my colorful Farm Brio cardigan, and then tops that could be, well, it doesn't have to just be cardigans. I'm going to be knitting myself a Fair Isle vest, hopefully. I've got the yarn for it. So that paired over like a blouse, you know, again, just some sort of a layer with a top, whether that's a t-shirt, blouse, whatever that might be underneath. And then, because I also love a good sweatshirt with like a button-up shirt on underneath it as well. The next one was dress and a layer. So this could be, I've got a couple of dresses that are in, that I'm going to be making, or I guess just one. I think just one that I'm going to actually be making, but I've got some dresses that I do want to bring in that are a little bit more fall, but layering those over, whether that's a sweater vest or a cardigan or a knit blazer or those kind of things. And then finally, layer and a t-shirt and a skirt. So this is, again, really wanting to play around with that slip skirt and that suede skirt a little bit more, and just incorporating those as much into my wardrobe as my jeans and my pants kind of show up. I find that I'm falling in a little bit of a rut that I just grab pants in the colder months. But again, it's not all that chilly. You know, we're still getting into the low 70s right now, and I can absolutely go bare-legged. You know, I can wear a fall outfit and stay bare-legged and be very, very comfortable. I'm asking for a pair of Birkenstock clogs, like the original Birkenstocks for Christmas, and I foresee those with some really fun knit socks, hand knit socks. I mean, that'll obviously be not till Christmas, so we will be getting into more of the wintry months. But yeah, that's another video to come. We'll talk a little bit more about my winter wardrobe a little bit later, but I'm kind of seeing that happening as well. I have the creative bug has hit me and I am ready to make things. All right, so those are kind of the outfit formulas that I picked. And then through that, I identified 10 things that I want to make for my fall and winter. I'm not putting myself on a time constraint here. Because a couple of these things may not get made up until more of the winter months. I'm going to be making things with my Distashify fabric between now and, the end of the year. There'll be other things, pattern tests, that kind of thing that I'm sure will be jumping in as well. Christmas pajamas. I mean, all that kind of stuff will be jumping in. So this is not the only things I'm sewing in fall and winter. I'm very hopeful that I'm going to get quite a few makes in because I just need to be back at my machine very badly. The mental health needs it very badly. Okay, so for the first thing that I'm making, and I have got fabric for most of these. Some I'm waiting to arrive, and a couple I have not yet purchased, but I am going to purchase this weekend. So the first thing I really want to make the True Bias Bren cardigan. Like I said, I've noticed a lot of button-up vests, basically, like sleeveless tops that kept popping up that I think are so good for layering right now. And then True Bias released their new Bren cardigan. So this comes sleeveless, a short sleeved, quite a few different sleeve lengths, and then it can be worn, cropped, mid-hip, dress length, which would be a duster, so you could wear it as a cardigan or you could wear it as a dress. So many different options, and I'm probably going to make a couple of these, one for myself, one for my daughter, so stay tuned for a Bren-specific video. But I have this olive green rib knit that was in my stash. This is a tubular, which means it was knitted in the round, so it's got a fold on both sides. This is all I have. I want to do the sleeveless version, and the one that's going to hit like, mid-hip on me. I think I can make it work. I think I can make it work. If I put this tube over my body, it fits just fine. So I think even with plackets, and if I have to use a contrasting fabric for the, like the armhole, I'm assuming there's an armhole binding of some sort that probably gets tucked into the inside. And for the front placket, then I've got some other green knits that I could play around with that I think would work. If I can't eke out enough out of this, but I really want to make this work because it would be so perfect as my neutral and, with the buttons down the front, it's a V-neck. I think it could be really good. So this is pattern 1, the Bren. Hopefully I can get it out of this rib knit. I don't even remember where I bought this. I was just going through my stash and I was like, oh, this would be perfect. And it's kind of a thicker weight. It's pretty stretchy though, so it's not like a heavy weight that's only used for cuffs, although that's probably what I used it for. But I think it could also be just a really great little top. So anyway, there is that. Next, I want a striped button-up shirt, and I have purchased this fabric right here from Mood, and it should be here probably by this weekend. It's on its way. It is a cotton, I'm pretty sure it's 100% cotton shirting in some fun little colors. So it's got like the yellow and there's some brown in there, but also some of the blues, and I think it'll be a fantastic button-up shirt. So I'm just going to go with the Cashmere Vernon, I think. I may try a new pattern, something a little bit more oversized, but as of right now, I'm going to go with the Vernon. I'm going to use the regular sleeve. I may cut the sleeve short and put the thicker cuff on it, as opposed to the little cuff that comes with the regular sleeve. But yeah, just the collar and collar stand, just a regular button-up shirt. I really like that pattern. It's a good one. So that's what I'm going to do with that fabric for number 2. Number 3, I've been banging on about making these 2 patterns in this fabric for so long now. But I have this olive green cotton twill that I bought from Style Maker Fabrics. I mean, it may have been like my birthday, maybe in February. I really think it was. So this fabric, I've got 4 yards of it, have been destined to be a pair of Love Notions Largo Cargos, as well as the Love Notions cleft coat, or cleft jacket. I want to make the cleft jacket cropped, a little bit more cropped than what the pattern has, to where it's ending, I think. Or maybe I'm going to do the elastic on the bottom. Maybe I just wear it like poofed up a little bit and just scrunch it up. to where it's hitting more at my waist and less at like pulling it down to where it's hitting more my mid to high hip. I may leave it as is and just style it. But I really want just a very simple cotton twill jacket to wear to be able to throw over things before the weather gets really cold. So that is what this is going to be. The Love Notions Largo Cargos, as well as the Love Notions Clef Coat. I've not made that yet. I just want to do the regular stand-up collar. I don't know if I'm going to do snaps or a zip. Stay tuned on that, but with the elastic at the bottom. So that is what this fabric was purchased to become, and that's what it's going to become. All right, what's next? I'm looking down at my list here. Next, I have had, this is a cotton and tinsel denim that I think I bought from Minerva a long time ago. It's been in my stash forever. But I really want to recreate that shirt, and I think it was in my fall ready-to-wear looks video, and then I paired it with patterns. But that Bowden top that is just the collar stand, and it's got the ruffle that goes around the outside, and then the ruffle that goes down the front placket, and then it's got the embroidered ribbon that goes along like the princess seams. And I'm going to use the Cashmerette Swanton, which is the newest, not the newest. Is it the newest? No, I think it is the newest. It's October's, I think, club pattern. Anyway, it's got the pussy bow blouse and stuff on it, but you can also omit that and just do the regular collar stand, which is the version that I would do, and then add the ruffle along the top. This has princess seams that go to the armhole. The Inspiration blouse had princess seams that went to the shoulder, but I think I could still get the same type of look, then put maybe a little ruffle at the cuff. I've got, yeah, big plans. So you can use, the Swanton has short sleeves, like a little puff sleeve, but you can use the Vernon sleeves, and I think the Harrison sleeves as well on it too. So I don't have the Harrison shirt, so I would use the just the Vernon sleeves again, and make those with the thicker cuff probably, and put a little ruffle there at the end of the cuff. And yeah, I'm going to see what kind of embroidered ribbon I can find. But that is what I'm going to use this for. It can be so cute, like underneath things, and worn as is as well. Okay, next, I've also bought from Mood Fabric. This is their Papillo. I can't remember how, I think it's Papillo. Or Papilio, I don't know. They're Ponte that I've used before. I've got it in a chartreuse, and I still have a little bit of that chartreuse. That actually may get pulled out and made like a comfy pair of pants this fall. Wait and see. But I bought it in this dark teal, and I'm going to be making, I want a pair of trousers that are not necessarily meant to be Ponte trousers, that are meant to be regular trousers, and I want to make them out of Ponte. And I'm going to use the Love Notions glissandos. I'm going to do the zip fly, and I want to take, the glissandos have like a jean style pocket, but I want to make a slash style pocket instead. So I'm going to hack the pattern for that, which is a pretty easy change. So that's what I'm going to do on the glissandos. So I'm going to make them with Ponte, so I don't have to do my hack with the elastic in the back, because it'll be stretchy because it's a knit fabric. I'm a little heavy right now, so I can probably make my normal size. It would fit fine. You may want to size down one if you're doing that though. This particular Ponte though is it's a pretty stable one. It doesn't have as much stretch as other Pontes, so I think I'm going to be okay. If I need to take my side seams and stuff in, I will. I'll try them on before I add the waistband, but that's kind of what I'm thinking for some trousers. I'm also going to take them down to the floor. So these are cropped, but I'm going to take these all the way down to the floor to make a wider leg pair of pants. I've got a look that I'm trying to recreate. So that's what's going to happen there. Next, I really wanted a Henley, like a midi style Henley dress. And I am going to make the new, I think this is the newest, or this month's Seamwork pattern. Although if you get the membership, you have access to this one. But the Greer, which is kind of a bodycon-ish dress, but it's got kind of a funnel neck on it, like a mock funnel neck. I want to make that dress, but instead of doing that neckline, I'm going to use the Seamwork Ellie Henley and do that neckline instead. So I've got this kind of mustard yellow waffle knit that's in my stash that I bought from Amanda's Bundles. It's so snuggly and feels so good. It was either in Puyallup or in Cleveland. I can't remember one of the shows. But I'm going to make that out of this. And I bought in Puyallup this really fun binding. They're cuffs, basically. from one of the sellers that were there. And I'm going to use, I think that, because it's got the yellow that's like right there in that stripe, use those for the cuffs. And maybe I might also put it in the placket. I don't know. I'll play around with it. I can't really remember. I've made the Ellie before, but it's been a long time. So anyway, I'm mashing the Seamwork Greer and the Seamwork Ellie neckline together to make myself a Henley dress. And I'm going to use this cuffing definitely on the end of the sleeves, but maybe somewhere else. We'll see. Just in the mood to make all the things. All right, next up, like I said, I want kind of an oversized sweatshirt, just plain, without any seam lines, just a plain sweatshirt in a fun, vibrant fabric. I'm recreating a Bowden look here. So I have found Minerva now, well, Minerva has been doing their exclusive prints in the French terry, which is a fantastic weight for a sweatshirt. So I've got my eye on this one. Again, I'm going to place a Minerva order, I think, this weekend. I just need to make sure, I want to make sure I'm getting everything that I need. If there's any other little bits and bobs that I want to grab. But I want to grab this particular look. This is a navy blue background. I love on Minerva, you can look down and see what other people are making with the fabric. And in those pictures, I can easily tell that it's a navy blue background, because the picture, like the picture on the product picture, I was having a hard time, like, is that navy? Is that black? But it's navy. So I'm going to just make the Love Notion Sloan sweater, which is just their standard sweatshirt without any of the yokes or any of that kind of thing, just a standard sweatshirt, so that I can layer it over button-up shirts. I can wear it as is with my slip skirt and some tennis shoes. I have lots of ideas on how I could wear this, and the colors that are in this absolutely go right back to the colors that I'm using for my fall capsule. And then I also want to do, I pulled this is also a fabric I'm buying from Minerva this weekend, but it is a lightweight denim. Again, if I look, it's 130 GSM, I think. But when I look through the product page, I can see what other people have made out of it. And a lot of people have made dresses out of it, and they look like they've got, it looks shirting weight to me. Like they don't look thick or like a denim jacket. But I really wanted a slouchy shacket / denim jacket. And I'm going to use the Pattern Emporium Downtown Jacket. And it comes in I got the pattern that includes both, but it's got a regular fit and then an oversized fit for that pattern. Again, I got the pattern that has both of those. I want to make this one in the regular fit. So it's going to be worn kind of as a shacket, as an overshirt. I would wear it, like a updated jean jacket kind of / shacket, but wearing it over different layers. I'm really seeing it with my button-up Bren and the Largo cargos with that over it. I think that would be a really cute outfit. So I want to try making that. I also want to make the oversized one too, but you'll have to wait until my Stashify video, which should be up on Tuesday, for plans on that one. But that's what I want to make with that denim. And then finally, the big project that I really want to sink my teeth into in the upcoming months is I want to make the new Closet Core Phoebe coat. I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. I want to make that. I will not do the patch pockets. I'm not crazy about the patch pockets. I'll do the inseam pocket version. Ideally, I would like to make the longer coat version. It's like a hits you mid-calf, but I'm not sure how much fabric I have. But I've got this fabric that a wonderful viewer sent me a while back, and it's got this really bright, like orange, like a corally orange in there, and then there's some mustard, and then there's rust, and then there's a little bit of like a cranberry kind of red. There is a little gray in there. That's what these stripes are right here. But for the most part, it's a very warm color palette, and I love that bright orange. So it's kind of the bright, oversized jacket that I was looking at with the jackets video that I did, whenever that was, last week? Yeah, last week. Anyway, but this I already have in my stash, so I think it would be fantastic to use and to make myself an oversized coat with that. Again, if I have enough fabric, I'll make the longer one. If not, I'll make the shorter one. But I love a good tailored coat. I can really sink my teeth into it. I need to order some more interfacing, but actually I should look and see if Closet Core is doing, like, sometimes they do kits with their patterns where you can get, like, you know, all the interfacing and like all the different things that go with it. They do that with the Jessica Blazer. So I'll have to look because they always have good stuff, but I do need more interfacing anyway. So either way, I just thought this would be a really cool winter, oversized tailored coat. Yeah, and it'll allow me to use this fabric that a wonderful viewer sent to me. So that is the plan for there. So there you have it. Is that it? Yeah. Those are, I have a list down here. Those are the 10 things that my plans for my fall and winter sewing. Again, there's going to be other stuff that's going to be slotted in there, I'm sure. Like I said, pajamas. My son wants me to make him a couple of things. My daughter wants me to make her a couple of things. So, and then to Stashify, like there'll be other stuff sneaking in there as well. I've got, yeah, wait till the Stashify video. I think I've got 2 jackets that I'm going to be making for that. So lots of jacket sewing. It's some of my favorite type of sewing to do coming up. I'm just very excited to be back in my sewing room and to just be able to sit and be creative and to make and to sew. It's my jam and I've really missed it. All right, guys, that is all I have for today. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys again next week. Have a good weekend, get some sewing in, and I'll see you then. Bye.